The time is 6 o'clock. Today is October 6th. I will have everybody rise so we can start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, thank you. And we will jump right into it. First off, we've got public announcements. I will turn the mic over to Chris.
Just one, there'll be no trash pickup next Monday for the holiday, so
Oh,
we'll have
yeah.
a one-day delay for all the routes. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for the reminder. And then our discussion action items, number 1 is to vote to approve the minutes from September 22nd. Everybody should have a copy. Take a moment to peruse them, and I will take a motion whenever somebody is ready.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of 9/22/25.
And I guess I'll second that.
Thank you, ladies. They're accurate because I did them. All right, Sue and Carol, minutes. Oh, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So it's going to be 3-1-0, right?
Just 3-1? Yeah, 3-1-0.
Yeah, 3-1-0. Thank you. All right, moving on to discussion item number 2, the update regarding tobacco license suspensions. I will also pass the mic back over to Chris for this.
So I met with our 5 retailers on the last day of September. I have received payment on fines from, I believe, 3 of them. The other 2 were reminded that they need to pay. They're instructed to remove the tobacco from the premise. I know Universal is closed. They have been closed already because they don't have any help. So they will remain closed.
No help? What do you mean?
No
Like-
counter help. He's,
Okay.
yeah. The gentleman who was working there passed away, so they've been closed. Abington Vape was going to remain open, just selling glassware and informing their customers of the suspension for the first week and then probably close after that. Both Abington Sunoco's were instructed to remove the tobacco from the premises, and Deanne's is just no longer selling tobacco at all.
So if they don't pay the fine, they can't renew their license for next year? Is that how it goes?
Correct, yeah. I looked up to see if there was any penalty for late payment, because it's by law, it's 21 days. It doesn't specify any penalty, but yes, they can't renew. And I actually just sent out the emails today.
I got mine.
Yes, for the renewals, because I want to get everybody in time. So that's where we are with those. I will check as I can to make sure. I know I've driven by the Sunoco on Center Ave, and I can see, from the window that stuff's down,
Good.
and the other stores are shuttered. So
Who are the 2 that haven't paid their fines?
Abington Vape and the Sunoco on Center Ave. Oh, yes. So I will keep after them.
Well, he got the multiple ones, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions?
No.
All right. Number 3, discussion regarding the draft body art regulations. So the last we looked at it, we had submitted them over to the town for review. Chris, can you let us know where we're at?
Nowhere. So we got them back from council with some suggested changes. Some of it was just, legalese, but there was some pretty crazy stuff in there. Like one of them was
errors.
having the town do background checks, Cory checks, and determining whether people could be hired or not. I spoke with a number of body shops around. Nobody in Massachusetts does that. I'm now a member of the National Body Art Model Code Committee, and nobody in the country is doing that. I don't know where he got that. I would think that would open up the town to liability. We should not be determining who can or can't work somewhere. So I believe Aaron's plan was for him and I to meet with the town manager and possibly town council to find out what's going on with why, when we get these draft regulations back, there's, we've had in the past stuff about a harbor master in Situate inserted into our regs, so I don't know what he's cutting and pasting, but
No.
It's funny, I found an old agenda from 2019, and that was an agenda item.
That doesn't
It wasn't
surprise
about the body art,
Yeah.
but the substance of what you're saying was exactly the same.
Have they given you any kind of timeline on when this meeting can be expected to happen?
me. Yeah, I'd have to defer to Aaron on that.
Okay. All right. So we'll check in with Aaron when he is back with us. And I feel like we just need to send out some weekly or bi-weekly, whatever we think is appropriate reminders and just say, hey, we're waiting. We're working hard on these regs. Why? What's the holdup? Let's get them into motion. All right. If no further comment on that, we'll continue.
I have nothing.
Carol, you good? All right, so item number 4 is a discussion regarding draft animal regulations. This was also something that we had looked into and then had to put on the back burner. So we had a draft, and then Chris and I had chatted about the Hanover regs, and they are very nice. So I think everyone's got a copy of the Hanover ones now. I'd like everyone to take some time to go over them, and then at next meeting, we can really dig in. But I had some thoughts that I just wanted to put on your palettes
Okay.
before that. So I liked the Hanover ones because they were less specific, and that way we're really not trying to like put a circle peg in a square hole, or however that saying goes, because Abington's its own little unique place, and so they should be not catered to another town. Let's see. So the whole beginning part of the ones that we had initially drafted, I thought was too much under purpose. The Hanover animal regs actually are better. They're more basic. They're just simpler, which I think is an asset. And then the only thing that I wanted to add in, I was going through all the definitions, and one of the things in Hanover that was not addressed was the feed management plan. And I know, like, after all of our meetings over the summer and the community's concern about the rat population, I think having at least some guidelines for feed management will be important. And that way, Chris will be able to act on the authority of the regs for that. Like, if the animal food's not being kept well contained, that's something that needs to be addressed to kind of troubleshoot the rats.
So are you saying that our Abington ones address that and the Hanover ones do not?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Can you
want
point
to,
me out to the,
well, I was going through the definitions, and our
Okay.
initial ones had it and the Abington ones didn't, so
Okay.
I want to move it back into the Hanover ones. And then the only other thing was on the initial Abington ones, the permitting process on page 4. We had talked about how many chickens
Right.
and like what number. My personal opinion and what I kind of chatted to Chris about earlier this week is that we should just axe that part. Because if there are chickens, even if there are just 6 chickens, we should be making sure the chickens are well tended and cared for, and that pest management, feed management, all the managements are in place. Does that make sense? And 6 chickens tends to lead to more chickens, from what I've heard from people with chickens. Do you disagree?
I'd like to.
Think on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So that was page 6. So that's something that's not addressed in the Hanover ones. And I
Page-
like it that way,
Yeah,
but definitely
I'm
to
gonna
be
just-
continued.
So, just to clarify that, the Abington one says that we need to have a head count that's put on the,
Yes.
in the record, when in fact, it's like if there's 1 chicken in the yard, we still have to go through the same thing, if you have 1 or 6 or 12.
Right. I think they come in 6 though, so
Oh,
no one would have 1 unless it was like an odd circumstance, but it's possible. But yeah, so permanent application requirements, it says the keeping of less than blank chickens shall not require a permit. And we had initially chatted out 6 or less because that was the minimum that you can acquire. But you want to make sure those 6 chickens are well tended. And then a lot of the rest of it was pretty on point, and I liked the Hanover part better. So everyone will take a chance to peek, and then we'll continue to review, and then also give Aaron a chance to do the same. Chris, did you have anything you wanted to interject?
Nope.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to say for review Hanover and draft regs and reconvene.
I think, yeah.
Hanover and draft and reconvene. And then we'll see if everybody's on the same page.
Do one of us want to make a draft that combines the two with your, with our
Yes, I can do that. Yeah. Can you send me one that I can edit?
Or are these PDFs?
I think they're all PDFs.
So I'll have to type up the whole
Oh.
thing?
There's sites online that you can convert to Word. It's messy, but
Okay.
sometimes it works.
I'm not the most tech savvy, but I will try my
There must
best.
be a Word document somewhere, but,
I could reach out to Hanover and ask.
no,
Oh.
ours too?
Oh, ours? Yes, ours, I mean, yeah, this is a Word document.
Oh,
Ours is,
okay,
I'm sorry,
okay.
yeah, ours is a Word.
Okay, and theirs is a PDF, okay.
Yeah, theirs is a PDF.
I
Yeah,
don't mind.
I
I
can
can-
send you a copy of our draft on Word, yeah.
Okay. Or I would even I would reach out to Hanover if you want, because I'd rather start with theirs and edit theirs than, and then add in, yeah. I think it would be easier.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'll call Hanover, Chris.
Okay,
I can do that tomorrow.
thank you, Katie.
Uh-huh. Starring it. Okay. Discussion action item number 5 is the health agent report.
All right, so everybody should have a copy of that. Inspections since the last meeting. All 3 7-Elevens been inspected. Aroma Pizza on North Quincy Ave and Terranosa was inspected today. We have had 1 fine issued for priority violations. We have 1 complaint of a rat sighting on Green Street that came in this morning. And no training or conferences attended since the last.
Can you tell us about the priority violation?
Yeah, so Terranosa was inspected today. They had 9 priority violations. That I'm gonna actually go down there myself tomorrow to meet with them because that's
A lot.
that's not great. Yeah,
No, that's a lot of violations.
yeah. That's a $450 fine, so I have to serve them with that as well.
FinCom will be very happy.
Yeah.
Wow, 9.
Okay.
Well, it seems like rat sightings are down, so that's good news.
Yeah, yeah. And they found what they think their chicken killed the rat. So
What?
that's a new one on me.
Okay,
Fancy.
So they might attract them, but apparently they can kill them as well. So
Gross. Okay, thank you very much. Anybody have any questions for Chris?
No, but thank you for asking.
I do.
Yes.
Oh.
Chris, I noticed, it was pointed out to me that on the Facebook page for the previously known as, Abington Health Department is now called the Abington Board of Health. Could you just give us the room, like kind of the story behind that?
sure. Short version is there's no health department any longer.
Right.
It's been eliminated. As health agent, I'm under inspectional services. We have an office of the Board of Health, which is actually what we had in the past, and most towns our size have an office of the Board of Health. So we're the administrative side. So I'm just continuing the social media because we have a pretty good following on that. Unless there's specific stuff the board wants posted, it's usually, if there's a public health campaign for the month, we use social media toolkits. We update trash.
I like that. Thank you for keeping that going,
Yeah.
even if it's under a new title. As
Yep,
you know,
I'm just
I'm
saying we're
unhappy about the
rebranding.
changes.
Given that fact, though, I'm wondering if we shouldn't be looking forward to emergency prep, which is it's a concern of mine. Because it is as simple as having a serious water issue where we'd have to give out water, that we would need volunteers to help with that.
Yep.
And that would fall under emergency prep. And so maybe, I know that was something that I worked with Lindsay on, and I think it's something that you don't want to forget about, because it's so easy to have these people in place and these policies in place, and then you can just call them in to act. They're not in the, they're not police or anything, but just it's nice to have the extra tools in the toolbox.
Always use more hands, yeah.
I have reinstated, I've belonged to NACHO, the National Association of County something, but it's all health departments. They issue different health warnings and such, so that I'll start getting that information to help you.
Yeah, we're members at they're no longer a health department, but myself, a member of NACHO, MIHA, MOHA, MOAB, and several other acronyms.
Wait, so that's like a valid point, though. So before it would go to Lindsay as the public health nurse to front all of the emergency preparedness, but now will it go to you in inspections? Who will
Well,
be the
so
leader?
there were two different things happening. Lindsay, in addition to being the department head for the health department, was emergency management director. Emergency management and emergency preparedness are two very, very different things.
Yeah.
Any emergency management stuff, I believe the police chief is the default EMD, so it'd be going to him. Emergency preparedness is and always has been Board of Health. So we would continue with that. In fact, I have a Region 5C meeting on Thursday, which is our local area for public health emergency preparedness, FEP,
Sorry, can you say, so Board of Health is emergency preparedness and the police chief was the
emergency management.
management?
Yeah. Lindsay was doing both those roles, so it got a little confusing, but yeah, we are in the preparedness business. Police chief is in the management business.
He's qualified to do all that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The other towns have the fire chief, because the fire chief is a little bit more powerful in emergency management, because the fire chief also handles medics.
Yeah, our
So-
town charter names the police
Yeah,
chief.
Yeah, it's, yes, but other towns, it's the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
We don't want to ruffle feathers probably, though?
well, no, you don't want to ruffle feathers, not right now.
It's not under our purview.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's,
nothing that we
that's,
can do
that's
about it.
town charter, select board.
All right.
But moving forward, I think that I might be bringing up more of this stuff, especially with you two with having medical
It has to
experience.
be discussed.
It just
yeah.
would be nice to have a few names in the Rolodex to move forward, and it's not a whole lot to ask.
And where we don't have a public health nurse, like I think we talked about bringing the MRC back is probably not a,
Well, and that's
Not a bad
exactly where
idea.
this would fall, yeah, yeah, and it's, yeah, because now we're with the different grouping.
medical reserve corps. It's retired nurses and doctors in the community that would be available, willing
that's
to
a great idea.
volunteer.
But I'm an MRC, but I'm a non-medical. So like I would be a person that would take on a role like to look through a line of people waiting for water and seeing, oh my God, that guy over there looks like he's sweating
Gonna
and coughing.
follow over,
Maybe we should get
yeah.
him out of line, things like that. You don't have to have a degree.
It might make sense to involve the public health, the school nurses as well, and just keep them on, because they are seeing their eyes in the community, in a
I
way
think, yeah,
that we
reaching
don't
out
have
to them.
Lindsay
I
anymore.
always thought the custodians would be a good reach out too, because they're somebody that, like, depending on what the building is, back in the day, we used to use the new school, wherever it is over there. I think Lindsay told me that they don't use the school anymore, probably because of the problem getting in and out, but this is getting a little bit into it now,
Yeah.
but we could find out what building would they like to go for an emergency dispensary site and stuff like that.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Public comment.
Lisa Raymond. I just had a quick question. When there was a health department, were there any regs for credentials of people wanting to be a nurse or a physician or anything like that?
Well,
Like you wanted to discuss vaccines and.
It would have been Lindsay. She would have been our
yeah, it should have been our.
key point for that.
Is that a
She,
requirement to have somebody on?
as our public health nurse, but not a requirement.
No.
Good question. Anybody else? Okay. Correspondence. Nobody? Nope, me neither.
Nope,
No
I have nothing to
correspondence?
share.
All right, well, if there is no additional items to discuss, then I would welcome a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you, ladies.
All those.
Meeting adjourned. All those in favor? Yes.
Aye, aye.
Thank you. Aye.
Aye.